Marcy, you asked the question, what is the GOP healthcare plan? You know, that's a good question, and today what I want to do is take a minute and answer it. And that is that the Republican Party in the House has taken a lot of time to make sure that we separated out by having votes on specific parts of the bill. The Affordable Care Act, we believe, is wrong, and Republicans have voted across the board, and we found out that Democrats voted across the board, but to support the ACA. 60% of the United States senators that voted for the Affordable Care Act are gone. The same is true for House Democrats, gone. So now we have a group of people that are called Republicans that are in charge of health care. And what is our plan? Our plan is that we want to move to a market-based plan that would allow families and individuals the opportunity to be able to buy their own health care through tax credit dollars that would be given to them. Today, under the Affordable Care Act, each Medicare recipient cost under ACA is $2,500 for an adult and $1,500 for a child. That is the cost that is designated that they plan on the overall cost for families and individuals. So we're going to use that same number and extend that and give that to every single individual and allow them to go to the marketplace with a tax credit that is refundable or that can be transferred to their business, and allow them an opportunity to buy their own health care, to select a doctor of their own choice, and to know exactly what they're buying by buying a health savings account or whatever they choose, where it's not use it or lose it at the end of the year. So we do a bunch of things in the health care plan, but the biggest one is this. We are going to form a marketplace that allows an individual and a family to select their own doctor, to use the services that they choose, for it not to be use or lose it. And the bottom line is so that they can keep the portability of an insurance plan that they own all by themselves. We believe that the long-term success of this is going to mean that it will avoid Democrats coming back later and saying that there's a problem with health care, because they would be taking something that's never been given, and that is, under the Affordable Care Act, every single person, if they have health care that is above a standard, they're taxed on it by the IRS. We now are going to try and use this same system where we allow every single person, instead of only a few, to get this opportunity for every single individual and family in the country. I think it's going to be an awesome opportunity for us to have a marketplace that will work for families and, best of all, healthcare providers and physicians. If you want to know about the National Physicians Healthcare Policy Council, I want to tell you about it. This council is made up of physicians all across the United States, that's headed up by Marcy Zwelling from Los Angeles, an internist, and Dr. John T. Gill, who is an orthopedic surgeon from Dallas, Texas. These two physicians help us several times a year to lead physicians all across the country to talk about issues that are directly related to not only healthcare, but the success of physicians. Physicians for years have been left out of their feedback in Washington, D.C. In national policy, whether it's about ICD-9 or ICD-10, whether it's about SGR, or whether it's about ACA, the physicians across this country need a voice. And as I started this National Physicians Healthcare Policy Council, I learned that physicians not only have important attributes about their particular end of the business, but they really care about talking about the issues and working with each other for its overall success. So this policy council meets in Washington, D.C. several times a year to talk about the most leading edge issues. I think we've made progress. I think we've made progress on not only understanding years ago when we had an alternative to the health care plan, the ACA, but we've also talked about the importance of things like, as we deal with policy issues of quality, of patient reforms, as we talk about pharma and business of drugs in the marketplace and physicians issuing drugs, the disappearance of certain drugs as they were not able to be ready, in particular cancer drugs. We talked about ICD-9 and ICD-10. We've talked about all these issues that are very important. The victories that we've had are two in particular. One, SGR. SGR was pushed by this physician council to make sure that doctors all across the country knew what to ask for and how it could be accomplished. And secondly, the first time that ICD-10 was delayed, that was done directly from a meeting of physicians several years ago that said, let's put a stop to this because it's not ready to go. It's my hope that you will hear the call today and the invitation for you to not only sign up for this important conference that happens during the year, but our regular updates. All you have to do is get in touch with my office or me. I'm eagle@petesessions.com. If you'll tell me who you are and that you want to be a part of this, we'll get the information to you. Thank you. So once again, by popular demand, you asked the question, what's going to happen in healthcare next? Well, the bottom line is we're not planning on waiting until the Supreme Court comes out with the answer to the Burwell decision. What we're going to attempt to do is to finally decide as Republicans about how we can best talk about what Republicans think is the best health care plan. Right now, we have not decided between a transition period that might take a year, an opportunity to fully debate this in front of the American people, or whether we need to have an actual plan like Pete Sessions. That is, instead of a transition, it is a full plan that allows the American people, each and every person, to have health care. I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a big debate and a big fight, and just like everything else, we'll probably wait until the last minute to decide that. But it's my hope that what will happen is, as a result of you seeing this tape today and meeting the great Marcy Zwelling, that you'll want to learn more about my health care plan, to where maybe you'll have an opportunity to provide us your feedback. So it's my hope that you will get with Marcy or get with me. My email is eagle@petesessions.com, and give me a chance to send you information about what I believe is the right answer, and then of course others that are in our Republican conference. Lastly, what is the heck going to happen to ICD-10? Well, let me tell you what, physicians, including the AMA and others, have let the Congress know that they believe that what we should do is to allow a year-long transition and hold harmless anybody that goes to this plan from any mistakes that are made. I don't know what's going to happen, but I will tell you this, we're trying to work this very diligently, and your feedback is important. Thank you very much.